welcome to today's episode of the Simply Financial Podcast. I'm your host, Christopher Calandra. Want to increase your financial IQ with today's episode. I take a lot of pride as a certified financial planner trying to help clients build wealth and make good financial decisions. I pride myself on reading and staying educated. And I also try and read a lot of different viewpoints as part of my research process. I don't only want to read things that reinforce my own opinions. I want to challenge the theses that I am working with. I want to read and have exposure to people that are very excited and optimistic about the future, people that are bullish, as an example. I also want to look at research that is more pessimistic and negative and think that trouble is ahead. I find that that serves me and allows me to help my clients a lot. And so I'm thinking about that with today's episode because my thesis has been since the late summer of 2022 was that the stock market would be able to mount a recovery because inflation would come down faster than most people were bargaining for. And that thesis really did work for at least a while. The market bottomed in early October. The markets generally had a very strong fourth quarter in 2022. It was the best quarter of 2022. And this year, 2023, got off to a terrific start. June was especially good. July was good. Since then, though, the markets generally were down in August, down even more in September, and October was also a tough month, hurt in part by what happened in the Middle East on October 7th. So why did I start out the discussion with that talk about varying research that I do? Because one of the economists that I have a lot of respect for is Brian Wesbury of First Trust. He has been bearish, negative, a doom and gloomer for a while now. This comes after a long period of time where I knew him to be a very optimistic economist. So we sort of changed his tune. And I observed his writings and what he was talking about and turned away from his opinion. I sort of rejected it. I was more optimistic than Brian Wesbury, which is maybe not the best thing because he's incredibly smart, very, very impressive man. I've had the pleasure of meeting him a few times, in fact, over the years. But I looked at some research he put out very recently and talked about this bad market since August really being the same bear market that we had over the first 9 months of 2022. I found that interesting because my communications to clients on this podcast, in webinars I do for clients, in client meetings, including a mid-year economic update I put out, I've been using the term, it appears that the bear market ended in October of 2022. And I believe that. I still believe that as of this recording. But Brian Wesbury had me thinking about this in an interesting way, a bit of a negative way, thinking that maybe the rally we had from October through July was just a temporary stay, a temporary lull in an ongoing bear market. I don't know if I actually think that, and that's where I come down on the issue. It'll be something that I want to watch very closely over the next couple of months to see directionally where we think we're heading as we finish up 2023 and as we move into 2024, which is going to be a challenging year to figure out because the presidential election of 2024 is looming, and that is going to be, I think, something that really impacts the psychology of the country, the emotions of the country, as well as economic behavior. And all of that will have an impact on the markets and what we might want to do when managing money. So thank you for listening to today's episode of the Simply Financial Podcast. I hope you found it valuable. Please check out my website, www elliottwealth.com. You could find more information about me, the team, the work we do here at Elliott Wealth Management. You could also sign up for a complimentary consultation if you're not a client already. We would love to speak with you. But again, thank you for listening. I'll be back with you very soon.
The views expressed are not necessarily the opinion of Osaic Wealth, Inc., and should not be construed directly or indirectly as an offer to buy or sell any securities mentioned herein. Investing is subject to risks, including loss of principal invested. Past performance is not a guarantee of future results. No strategy can assure a profit nor protect against loss. Please note that individual situations can vary. Therefore, the information should be relied upon when coordinated with individual professional advice. Please note, the information being provided is strictly as a courtesy. When you link to any of the websites provided here, you are leaving this website. We make no representation as to the completeness or accuracy of information provided at these websites. Nor is the company liable for any direct or indirect technical or system issues or any consequences arising out of your access to or your use of third-party technologies, websites, information, and programs made available through this website. When you access one of these websites, you are leaving our website and assume total responsibility and risk for your use of the websites you are linking to. Securities and advisory services are offered through Osaic Wealth, Inc., member FINRA, SIPC. Insurance services offered through Elliott Wealth Management Services, LLC, not affiliated with Osaic Wealth, Inc.